tell you now, we're messing with things that we shouldn't be messing with.
What was that?
Who's there? Ah! What the fuck? Oh shit! What the fuck was that?
There was someone right there just staring at me.
We're almost at 50,000 subscribers, and to celebrate this huge milestone, I'm doing a special giveaway just for you. I'll be giving away our exclusive Silent Nightmare merch to a few lucky subscribers. To enter, it's super easy. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, like this video, comment below with your favorite Silent Nightmare video or your scariest camping story. That's it. The giveaway ends the moment we hit 50,000 subscribers, so keep sharing, commenting, and spreading the word. I'll announce the winners in a dedicated video right after we hit that goal. Sydney, a solo traveler and content creator, has documented her journeys through countless campsites and national parks across the United States. Known for her calm and down-to-earth presence, she often shares both the peaceful and unpredictable sides of life on the road. Typically embracing the solitude that comes with traveling alone, Sydney is no stranger to the quiet. But on one particular night in the Tennessee wilderness, that solitude shifted into something far more unnerving. Returning to one of the first places she ever camped solo, Sydney set out with a sense of nostalgia. After gathering supplies for the week, she drove deep into the forest along a narrow, winding road that led her far from any signs of civilization. The campsite she chose was remote, with only 2 official spots, and when she arrived, it was completely empty.
There's nobody here. I'm gonna get out and take a gander and make sure everything's like safe, and I might drive down there, but I might take the top spot too. I don't know yet. That's where my friend Grace camped when I was camping down here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna come down to this spot.
She was used to hearing faint traces of traffic in the distance, or picking up on the quiet movements of other campers nearby. But here, the only sounds were the rustling leaves and the occasional splash from a fish in the nearby stream. As the sun dipped below the horizon, she cooked a simple dinner of rice and chicken, until a sudden, unfamiliar noise broke the silence.
Is that?
Anyways, dinner is served. I really hope that wasn't like a mountain lion or something. But I'm not gonna let it scare me to stay in my car. I packed all my stuff up so that if I do need to like just close this, I only have this to move, but you know what I'm thinking? What if it was Bigfoot and that was like a deer that he was eating and it was like making noises because the deer is scared? That was so weird. I heard it move too. It like moved from like there to over there. I think my saving grace is that I know there are other campers back here, so I feel better about that. I'm not completely alone out here.
It didn't sound like any typical forest animal. It was heavier, sharper, off in the woods, yet close enough to raise alarm. The noise came again, this time louder and nearer. Trying to remain calm, Sydney reasoned it could be a deer, or maybe even a fellow camper she hadn't noticed. Still, the sound didn't sit right with her. It lacked the random movements of wildlife and felt far too deliberate. Pushing through her unease, she finished her meal and stuck to her routine. She even joked out loud that maybe Bigfoot had caught wind of her cooking. But beneath the humor, a creeping anxiety took root. If someone else was out there, why hadn't she seen any lights or heard voices? Erring on the side of caution, Sydney took action. She packed away most of her gear, leaving only the essentials within reach. Her car was rearranged for a fast exit, doors unlocked, keys ready, everything positioned for her to drive off at a moment's notice. Though the night passed without any direct confrontation, the tension never truly left. Sydney was safe, but left with a lingering unease and more questions than answers. This chilling video was captured by Franco, a well-known YouTuber you might recognize from his channel, Franco TV. Known for his calm, grounded personality, Franco has become a familiar face in the world of paranormal exploration. He's no stranger to fear, having spent over a decade investigating some of the world's most haunted locations, often venturing out alone in the dead of night. While most people wonder why anyone would willingly enter such terrifying environments, for Franco, this is exactly what fuels his passion. Exploring the unknown and uncovering the forgotten is what drives him. On June 5th, 2024, Franco set out on yet another eerie adventure. It was a warm summer evening, the perfect weather for a nighttime exploration. But little did he know, this would turn into one of the most disturbing experiences of his life. His destination, a cemetery in Florida, rumored to be one of the most haunted places in the area. Over the years, Franco had heard countless chilling stories about the site. Ghostly apparitions, shadowy figures, and restless spirits wandering the grounds. But the dangers weren't just paranormal. The cemetery was also known for squatters, grave robbers, and even criminal activity. Visiting alone and at night made it a risky mission. But for Franco, that only added to the challenge.
Drive in, it's just me. I walked in here, I have my gear on me in a book bag that I have set right over there, and I'm going to kind of walk deeper in here, seeing what I can see. That being said, those of you who are wondering, I'm not in India. I'm here in Florida. I will be leaving soon, and the adventures overseas will continue. But as of right now, I was just visiting my family. But I do want to see and get to the bottom of what the hell's going on in the back mausoleum. Let's get into it. So you could see how dark it is. It may not look like much, but further deep in there, there's a big mausoleum, and there's another mausoleum towards the back. And then there's a forest that trickles through certain roads, but they're like dangerous roads, so people go in and out doing drugs and stuff. But this place also has a creepy lore of being haunted, and a lot of it's probably spoken by the people doing the drugs, which is weird because they're probably seeing things. But let's see what happens. I'm not sure. Nobody really goes through here because this place gets pretty dangerous.
He arrived at the cemetery just as the final traces of daylight disappeared. Logging in to update his viewers, he shared his plan for the night: to explore the mausoleum at the heart of the cemetery, and, if possible, make contact with the spirit said to haunt the area. With his night vision camera in hand, Franco carefully made his way through the dark, eerie cemetery toward the mausoleum. But before he could even get close, something caught his attention.
Oh, I saw a light back there. See it? Kind of blinking. There it is, you see it? Somebody has a light on in the dark. I'm gonna turn off my light. You guys get a better feel for how far out everything is. Oh, there it is again. It's right in the center there. Oh, there it is. Alright, there is a light. I can see that in my kind of normal eye spectrum as well.
In the distance, a light began flickering. It looked like a flashlight moving through the trees, coming toward the cemetery from the woods. Franco paused, watching closely. Though the sight was unsettling, it didn't seem like an immediate threat, so he pressed on with his exploration. But things quickly got stranger.
I've been walking for a little bit now. I'm now getting close to the mausoleum, which is right in front of me. Now, while I was walking, I did see another flashlight or some sort of light come from the mausoleum here. But I'm a good almost 40 feet away from it. I want to see if I can see it again. towards the entrance. This isn't even the mausoleum where I saw the pale person. That's further up there. This is just right here next to me. Look. You see it? I just saw another flashlight. It's like reflecting off the wall. Hold on, I'm gonna turn off my IRs. I'm hearing something inside. But I'm not seeing anything.
A second flashlight beam suddenly appeared. This one aimed directly at a wall. The disturbing part? No one seemed to be holding it. And if that wasn't creepy enough, loud groaning noises echoed from inside the mausoleum. Could someone be inside? A homeless person taking shelter, perhaps? Franco didn't know. He reminded himself that people in such situations can be unpredictable, and not always safe to approach.
Listen. It sounds like talking. Down there is the area that I just finished walking from. You see the light from the building? That's the building it just came from. Jesus Christ. I'm not seeing the light anymore. Now I'm just hearing something. Again, I have not used any flashlight. Oh, this is infrared. No night vision. And yes, if you guys are wondering, I am armed. I just heard a noise. Right over here. The last time I came in here was completely quiet. Was that noise? It sounded like somebody struggling to breathe. I just got it again. Let's see what it is. What was that? I just switched to my other night vision because you guys get a better view. But I'm not getting anything. For a split second, I could have sworn I was going to run into something. I'm not being as cautious as I usually am. I'm just going to see if I can record and see whatever I can get. I keep hearing what sounds like footsteps. On the outside or something moving.
Still recording, he carefully approached the source of the noise. But when he arrived, there was nothing. The groaning had stopped. No one was there. Just silence, broken by faint footsteps fading into the distance. The sounds had been so clear. How could no one be there? It was unsettling to say the least. Despite the growing unease, Franco pushed forward. He wasn't ready to give up just yet.
The mausoleum is right up through here. It's behind this tree. Line area. What the hell is that? I think I got somebody on camera. there's somebody up there. Or is that a tomb? I don't know what the hell that is. I think I just heard a whistle. It's moving. That could be where I was seeing the light coming from in the beginning. It's crouching. Holy shit. That thing is tall. That is really tall. And they're wearing like a gown or something. Or a hood. And they responded to my whistle. I thought that was a freaking tombstone or something.
As he neared the mausoleum, something made his heart drop. A figure stood hunched over a grave, dressed in what appeared to be a long white robe. Gathering his courage, Franco let out a whistle, hoping to provoke a reaction. To his shock, the figure whistled back. It wasn't afraid to reveal itself, and that made Franco even more uneasy.
That could be a homeless person. Let me turn off the IR. This is literally what I see. You could barely see it. Holy shit, that thing is tall. The fuck are they doing? They're literally responding to my whistle. I don't even know what they're doing. It looks like they're going back into the forest. They're definitely making their way into the woods. I almost can't even see them anymore. They just whistled. Oh, that is creepy. I can't even see them anymore. I literally lost visual. They just started walking deeper towards the road. The thing is, the mausoleum that I'm trying to get to is right over here in the corner.
The figure slowly began to move, heading toward the mausoleum, the same place Franco had been trying to reach. He decided to follow, keeping a safe distance and trying not to be seen.
Oh my god. My foot just fell in a hole. Oh, it smells weird. Something smells burnt. Oh, that's weird. I just got a weird... It still smells like it. It smells like burning. Like a campfire burn. Oh, God. That smell's getting stronger.
Step by step, he made his way closer, breathing heavily, the tension clearly weighing on him. Then, as he stepped out of a sheltered structure, the whistling echoed again.
I can't tell where it's coming from. I think it's coming from over here. Listen.
Could they see him? His lights were off. He was using only his night vision camera, but something about it felt wrong, as if he was being watched.
They're lit. I'm not gonna whistle back. I am definitely not gonna whistle back. Holy shit. I am fucking freaking out right now. Holy shit. It's definitely coming from this way.
The whistling grew louder, sending chills down Franco's spine. Scanning the area with his camera, he searched for the source, and that's when he saw it.
What the hell is that? Oh, what the fuck is that? Holy.
A figure dressed in white, with pitch-black eyes, staring directly at him. It was as if it could see him, even in complete darkness. Heart pounding, Franco made a split-second decision. He ran. He flicked on his flashlight, desperate to escape the cemetery and get back to safety. His plan was simple: get to the car and leave.
God damn it, I can't see. I can't go over there. What the fuck was that? I am literally ready to just fucking leave. That scared the hell out of me. I wasn't expecting that thing to move. For a minute when I was looking at it, it looked like it didn't look real. It looked like a mannequin head. I don't know, I'm gonna leave it up to you guys, whatever you guys think that was. I don't currently feel safe going back in towards the mausoleum, but what I want to do is that I feel safer being in my truck. I want to go back towards my truck, towards the front of the neighborhood, or the cemetery, pick up my truck from the parking lot, drive it back in here, and I'm gonna just drive through.
Once inside his car, Franco considered the possibility that what he'd seen wasn't supernatural. Maybe it was just a statue, or a mannequin someone had placed there. To be sure, he turned on his headlights and aimed them back at the area. What he saw left him speechless.
Lock the doors, in case somebody tries to walk into my truck. Alright, it's right over here. This is how dark it is over there. Look at this. Turn on my light. Let me get my flashlight. I'm literally steering the car right now while I'm driving. It was right up there. It's gone. Oh, that shit makes me nervous. I'm out of here. Nope. That fucker's around here.
The figure was gone. Franco sat in stunned silence as the realization sank in. He hadn't been alone after all. Someone, or something, had been watching him. Without wasting another second, he drove off, leaving the haunted cemetery behind. Fortunately, he made it out unharmed. But the memory still lingers. When he uploaded the footage to YouTube, Franco admitted the encounter continues to haunt him. It was an experience he'll never forget, and not for the right reasons. Gaz, an experienced outdoorsman, set off on another wild camping trip with his loyal dog, Fendi. What was meant to be a peaceful escape into nature quickly turned into something far more unsettling. Their journey began near a quiet lake. On the way down, Gaz noticed an abandoned tent, something he made a mental note to check out later. After a full day of hiking through forests and past waterfalls, Gaz and Fendi returned to their campsite, soaking in the tranquility of the wild.
Oh, she's there. What are you doing, mate? I'd be scared then.
And here we are, home for night.
Gorgeous, isn't it?
And there she is. What do you think to me? New tent. Well, it's not a new tent, but I've dyed it. So it's a new tent to me. Got night vision goggles back on, so you can see me. And then we'll go find the druid's altar.
What are you doing? Oh yeah.
He brewed some coffee and sat by the fire, but just as the calm settled in, strange noises echoed from the trees. A loud crash jolted Gaz to his feet. Something, or someone, was out there.
What was that? Did you hear that?
Definitely sounded like a tree falling down from over there somewhere. Kept hearing stuff up behind me, and then big crash right over there, but I can't see out through trees. Predator.
At first, he told himself it was just wildlife, but the uneasy feeling lingered. As they ventured deeper into the forest, the darkness seemed to press in around them. Then they found it.
I can hear rustling over here, but don't know if it's just my imagination playing tricks on me. Oh, this is a bit dodgy, innit? Be careful, mate.
Oh, look at this.
A strange, man-made structure built entirely out of stone. This wasn't just a pile of rocks. Someone had taken real time to build it. They pushed on until they arrived at the forgotten camp. Cautiously, Gaz approached the old tent. Scattered belongings lay all around, as if someone had been living there, or maybe something worse.
Yeah, tawny owls going off their heads down there. 3 of them. There it is over there. There it is, look, the tent. Hello? Hello? There's rubbish everywhere. Oh.
Just looks like kids have been in here. Oh, I don't know. Oh, there you go. That answers it, doesn't it?
Fendi, shit me pants then, mate.
Oh, look. Bong there and cream of tomato soup.
Just heard something splashing about down there. And they stop moving about, grunting, you muppet. Must be out.
In the shadows nearby, he discovered a small concrete structure. Inside, an upside-down Bible sat open, filled with strange cryptic writing.
Oh, do we dare even come in here? Holy Bible. That says the end there. Is it upside down? Why would it be upside down? Is Genesis the first passage of the Bible? I don't know. It's got some scribbling on there. Can't make out what it says. Mary Ann something or other. Eastwood, Todmorden, 1995. That's creepy, isn't it? Upside down Bible.
The air suddenly felt colder, the forest darker. Was it a warning? A ritual? Gaz wasn't sure. But he'd seen enough. Shaken, he and Fendi returned to camp, unsure if they had just crossed paths with the supernatural, or something far more dangerous. Would you have stayed or run? This is Dan, the admired YouTuber behind the channel Cursed Urban, well known for his thrilling outdoor camping adventures. He's always on the lookout for the most remote, lush, and expansive forests to film his vlogs. With the camera rolling, Dan invites his audience to join him as he captures and shares every moment of his explorations. This time, however, Dan is embarking on a solo expedition, one unlike any other. He's heading deep into a forest infamous for its dark legends and chilling secrets. It's a bitterly cold November night, and Dan is prepared for another adventure. What he doesn't realize is that this one will be far from ordinary.
Hi guys, welcome back to Cursed Urban. I'm your host Dan, and we are out here today on another camping adventure. I got out here pretty early. As you can hear, there's still people around. Kids playing hide and seek, other campers, I think actually just packing up and leaving. Very spirited day.
The day begins like any other. Dan has found the perfect camping spot, nestled in the heart of the dense forest. After setting up camp with a tent, a grill, and a bonfire, he ventures off on a hike to explore the wild surroundings. This isn't just any forest. It's known as the Forest of Madness, or, more ominously, Wendigo Forest. Locals whisper about eerie sightings of a terrifying creature known as the Wendigo, a thin, skeletal figure with glowing eyes and, at times, antlers. Originating from Algonquin legends, the Wendigo represents hunger, cannibalism, and the loss of humanity, often associated with cold, desolate forests. But the Wendigo isn't the only legend haunting this place. Rumors of wandering spirits and ghostly apparitions have earned the forest a fearful reputation. Not exactly the ideal spot to spend the night alone. But for Dan, that's exactly the point. With his spirit talker device in hand, Dan pushes forward, eager to uncover the truth.
So I'm gonna try and find a location on that. And if I can, then we're gonna go out there this evening. No matter how far it is, but I don't know if I can find it. Do you guys hear that? That was a whistle. For sure coming from the trees. Very clear.
As he walks deeper into the woods, a sudden sharp whistle echoes from directly behind him. Alarmed, he spins around, but there's no one there. It's an unsettling moment that sets the tone for the night ahead.
There is a chance that there could be some guys like mountain biking back there, or, you know, some people still like walking. So it could just be them. That was really weird. That was a pretty loud whistle too. And we've been getting all those weird answers on Spirit Talker. I don't know, dude. I don't have a good feeling about this area.
Trying to stay calm, Dan addresses his viewers, admitting that something doesn't feel right. Still, curiosity drives him onward. Following the signals from his Spirit Talker, he makes his way to a secluded pond, allegedly the site of a young girl's murder. Local stories claim her spirit still lingers there. The tension builds as footsteps suddenly rustle through the bushes nearby.
Oh yeah, we're by the pond right here. And Spirit Talker did tell us that there is something by the water. I'm trying to hold this light. There we go. Oh, dude. I just heard somebody walking. I just heard somebody walking, and when I shine the light over that way, it stopped. Hello? It sounded like footprints or footsteps. I'm sure you guys can hear it in the video. What the Dude, that was weird. Hello? That's one of the things about this forest, like I said. People report hearing like footsteps behind them and somebody following them, and they turn around, nobody's there. That's a very common occurrence here.
Dan swings his flashlight toward the sound, but once again, no one is in sight. Could it be the spirit of the girl? Or is someone out there, silently watching from the trees? Shaken but determined, Dan returns to camp, gathers firewood, and lights his campfire, trying to reclaim a sense of normalcy. For a while, it's quiet, peaceful even, but the stillness doesn't last.
What the? Dude, what was that?
Trespassing, I will hear.
Trespassing, I will hear. Yo, dude, that... No way. No. Holy sh... Dude, that... What the... Dude, what... Yo, what are the chances of that? That was loud. That was stupid loud. And then as soon as that happened, I will hear... Or trespassing, and then I will hear right away.
A loud snapping sound cracks through the darkness, startling Dan to his feet. He scans the area, but finds no source. Just as he tries to settle again, the same eerie whistle from earlier pierces the silence.
Guys, that was that exact same whistle that we heard.
Ominous warnings.
Ominous warnings.
Dan is sure it's the same sound, Only this time, it's closer. Hoping for some rest, Dan eventually retreats to his tent. He signs off for the night and tries to fall asleep, but a sudden disturbance jolts him awake.
Yo, what the? Yo, what the is? So I woke up. It sounded like something was hitting the top of my tent. Lantern won't work. Come on, you piece of shit. Come on. Yeah, the lantern's screwed. So it sounded like something was hitting the top of my tent. I'm sure you guys heard it. It was loud enough to wake me up. I know I was out. But my alarm didn't go off, so I haven't been out that long. Something's walking around my tent right now. Oh. What is that?
Disoriented, he scrambles for his camera, making sure it's still recording. At that very moment, footsteps crunch outside the tent. Dan freezes. After a tense pause, he musters the courage to unzip the tent and peer outside. And that's when he sees it.
Yo. What the was that? Holy.
Someone is wandering near his campsite. Shocked and uncertain of who or what it could be, Dan steps out, hoping to find an explanation. Maybe it was just falling branches, he tells himself. But the footsteps? That's harder to explain.
It sounded like something was being thrown at the top of my tent. Maybe these pieces of wood? These sticks right here? Yeah, it sounded like something hit my tent. That was loud enough to wake me up. And then it sounded like something was definitely walking around. We definitely heard those footsteps for sure.
With no further disturbances, he cautiously retreats back into the tent and listens intently. The footsteps don't return. For Dan, though, the damage is done.
Alright guys, I'm packing up right now. Just getting a few last shots of the area for the video. It's late. It's late. I didn't hear anything else. I sat around for a bit. And yeah, nothing. Didn't hear anything. Nothing came back to the site. Yeah, it's kind of whatever.
Not wanting to risk a confrontation with whoever was lurking in the shadows, he makes the decision to pack up and leave at first light. Fortunately, he made it out safely. But whoever was out there that night, and why they were there, remains a mystery. This chilling story comes from Flex, a popular YouTuber you might recognize from his channel, The Flex Tapes. Known for camping in remote places and exploring haunted, abandoned buildings, Flex usually brings a group of friends along for safety. But this time, he made a bold decision to venture into the unknown completely alone. What happened that night made him swear never to spend another night solo in a haunted and abandoned house again. It was February 12th, 2023, a cold and dark winter evening in the UK. Flex's destination, an eerie, long-forgotten abandoned farm tucked deep within the countryside, the kind of place that sends shivers down your spine before you even arrive.
a massive thank you to everybody who's been tuning in recently and coming to check out what I'm doing. Strange one tonight, really weird one. I've decided to come out on my own. Quite a busy road behind us, but yeah, I've decided to come out on my own. And because I'm very, very close to, I'm not too far away from where I live. These kind of places are accessible. I've been to this place before. It's an old farmhouse. It was owned by a poet, and me and Dan came to this, I think it was last year, and we did some paranormal stuff in there. Now, there was quite good responses.
As Flex made his way through the open field toward the farmhouse, he told his viewers he had been here once before, but not alone. That time, his friend Dan had come along, and together they conducted a few paranormal experiments. The results were disturbing, with some convincing signs that the place might be truly haunted. This time, though, it was just Flex, no backup, no one to help if something went wrong.
The last time I was here, it is really in the middle of nowhere. There's the odd building there, straight across here. This field is where the house is. It is literally in the middle of nowhere. There it is.
After a long, quiet walk through the biting cold, Flex arrived at the Desolate Farmhouse. The only sounds were the wind howling outside and the crunch of debris under his boots. He admitted to feeling like he was being watched. A strange, heavy tension seemed to press in around him the moment he stepped inside. Still, determined to complete the challenge, Flex pressed on.
There's a bed upstairs in one of the bedrooms, if I remember rightly, so we're going to go and have a look. Don't know if you can tell, but I'm not feeling good about this.
He cautiously explored the upper floors, trying to get his bearings and find a spot to sleep for the night. The oppressive feeling that something was wrong didn't leave him.
This room is probably the best in, well, everywhere. The curtains are not bad. The floor's decent, still got carpet down, half the wallpaper's still on. I mean, it's incredible that this house is still standing, and it probably won't be for in a couple of years, it'll probably be gone. But there's the bed, and you can see how horrible that mattress is. And you can probably guess that how long ago that was slept in. Oh man, this is mental. I haven't heard anything, so I think I'm far enough away from. Maybe there's no cars, there should be no farms, there should be no people. I should be.
Eventually, he found a room that was still somewhat intact. Not ideal, far from it, but it had an old, grimy mattress. Flex laid out his sleeping bag and began setting up for the long night ahead. That's when the strange noises began.
Thankfully, I've got the only room with a working window. What's that noise? I think paranoia. When I get quiet, I go quiet. I start to hear things, and I think it's like the paranoia, like the wonder of being on my own, and like every little noise is like, damn, what's that? Like, what is that? Like, you know what I mean? So that's what I was saying before. I need to keep talking. I need to keep busy. I need to keep occupied. So let's.
Nervous but trying to stay composed, Flex attempted to distract himself by giving his viewers a short tour of the house. It worked, for a moment, but the feeling of dread quickly returned.
Upstairs now, I'll show you this kitchen area, so very quiet. Make sure there's no noises.
He admitted on camera that he was genuinely scared, disturbed by the unnerving combination of wind, creaks, and sudden, eerie silence. Wanting the night to pass quickly, he finally returned upstairs and got into his sleeping bag, his night vision camera recording beside him. Not long after laying down, Flex was jolted awake by a loud banging.
Oh my god, it is awful. Right, so I'm going to get in here. I've got my night vision camera there, which I'm going to set up. I cannot believe I'm doing this. Oh. So I'm going to get semi-comfortable in here, and
It sounded like someone was trying to force the front door open. Wide-eyed and frozen in place, He stayed completely still, heart pounding. He knew instantly something was terribly wrong. Then, footsteps. Someone had entered the house and was slowly climbing the stairs, scanning each room. Incredibly, they didn't notice Flex lying in bed. Terrified, he decided to stay completely silent, hoping not to draw any attention to himself. With his mind racing, Flex tried to figure out who or what had entered the house.
Oh my god, I can see a torchlight. I think someone came in. Could have been a farmer or something. Or an explorer, I'm not sure. I can still see a torchlight. I'm not gonna move. I'm gonna wait until I think it's safe, and I'm gonna get out. If I can. This mattress is so noisy. In a couple of minutes and I'm gonna go. So I'm just gonna get out. I'll just look like a normal walker. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna slowly get my gear ready. Slowly get my gear ready and I'm gonna slowly get out.
Was it a local farmer, another urban explorer, or something else entirely? The not knowing was the worst part. He waited in silence for nearly 10 long minutes, barely breathing. And then, silence. The intruder seemed to vanish. Sensing his chance, Flex quickly grabbed his gear and decided to get out.
Pretty sure I haven't left anything. As quiet as I can. If it's still there, I've been seen, so I'm just gonna go for it. Right, let's go.
Quietly and carefully, he crept back down the stairs and made his way outside, across the dark, windswept field. Once back in his car, he drove off into the night, shaken but safe. Flex made it out unharmed, but the experience left him with more questions than answers. Who was that person? Why were they there? And how did they miss him? He may never know. But one thing is certain, Flex will never attempt to spend the night alone in a haunted place again. This is Noah, a YouTuber you might recognize from his channel, Noah. He's known for his peaceful solo camping trips, where he embraces the quiet and calm of nature. But on April 19th, 2020, what began as another serene night in the woods quickly turned into something far more disturbing. It started off as a perfect day. The sun was shining as Noah set off on another stealth camping adventure in a nearby forest. As evening came, he built a small campfire, ready to enjoy a quiet night under the stars. Eventually, he climbed into his truck, expecting nothing more than a restful sleep. But what followed was anything but peaceful.
I'm currently sleeping in the back of my truck right now. I don't even know what time it is. And there's someone walking around my truck right now. If you can hear that, it's pretty loud. He's been walking around for like 20 minutes already. My gun's in my cab though. I don't really know what to do. I'm a little freaked out right now, and it's like pitch black outside, probably like 2 in the morning, and he just keeps walking around, and he's like really close to my truck.
Sometime around midnight, Noah was jolted awake by an eerie sound. Footsteps. Not the light rustling of wildlife, but slow, deliberate human footsteps circling his truck. Heart pounding, Noah froze. He stayed perfectly still, straining to hear. The footsteps crept closer, then stopped right by the window.
I've never been this scared. And like, this doesn't make any sense because I parked somewhere where you couldn't see. No one was on that road. Wait, he's touching my truck. He's literally touching my truck. How am I supposed to get him away? He's literally knocking. He's literally knocking on my truck. The canopy, the back door's locked. I've never been scared before ever. I don't think he knows that there's anyone in here. I'm so scared right now. I wish I brought my gun back here. He keeps walking around. I don't get it. I'm like, how is he not have noticed? Doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna try to see if he goes away eventually. We'll see. He's literally peeking through the door right now. I've never been this scared ever. So, the current time is 2:30 in the morning right now. He's still walking around my truck. I'm gonna try to see if I can flash my light to get him scared. So he runs away. There he is. Oh my god. Oh my god.
For the next 15 minutes, he didn't move a muscle. Whoever was out there didn't speak, didn't knock. They just stood there, listening, waiting. And then, nothing. The sound of footsteps vanished, swallowed by the night. As the first light of morning crept in, Noah didn't hesitate. He jumped into the driver's seat and drove straight home, still shaken. But when he later inspected his truck, what he discovered sent a chill down his spine.
So I'm back home. This is the day after. He was trying to peek in my truck quite a bit with all these marks. I didn't even notice until I got home. Handprints there, a lot of scratches, stuff like that. Dragging his finger on my side of my truck. Well, looks like to be trying to get inside my truck. That's really all I could tell from when he was walking around. That's new. Don't know how that got there. More handprints trying to get in my truck. At least the back canopy was locked, but yeah, that was the result. So that was probably the scariest camping experience I've probably ever had.
Handprints, dozens of them smeared across the back window, as if someone had been trying to look inside. Even more disturbing, the door handles were covered in prints too, like someone had tried to open the doors. No one ever came forward. There were no lights, no voices, no indication it was law enforcement or someone looking for help. Just the silent, unnerving presence of someone or something lurking in the dark. To this day, Noah has never posted a follow-up, and whoever was outside his truck that night remains a mystery. Bear is known for his fearless adventures, including solo camping trips and explorations of abandoned buildings across the globe, all documented on his YouTube channel, Exploring with Bear. In this chilling clip, Bear takes us on a truck camping journey to a forest that harbors a historic haunted cemetery, a place cloaked in eerie legends of ghostly sightings and notorious Bigfoot encounters. It's November 26th, 2024. Bear arrives at the forest under the cover of night. Though well prepared for the biting cold, he's excited for the experience that lies ahead, blissfully unaware of the nightmare that was about to unfold.
Let's show you what we're working with for 23 degrees. We do got our wood burner. We got our pot for heating up some stuff. Bag, bunch of wool blankets, an extra flannel. I got a flannel, a hoodie on right now. Got my bag, more waters and everything. So 23 degrees, probably even colder by the time it gets later, you know. So can we stay warm? That's the question. That's what I can't wait to find out.
Eager to embrace the night, Bear ventures out on foot toward the nearby haunted cemetery. But as he draws closer, a noticeable shift in the atmosphere takes place.
Oh my goodness. Forget, I think the cemetery's actually in here a bit good ways too. Oh. I got a terrible feeling. Terrible. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh. Oh. Crap. That's behind us. We just came from there. No, that was way too close. Way too close. I'm gonna try to get some distance from that. That did not sound like Nate. That was something did that. Man, I'm trying to walk really quiet. Oh man, the ground's frozen. I don't hear anything else. Oh my goodness. Man, that is close. That's close to the truck, too.
The stillness of the forest is suddenly pierced by a strange sound echoing from the direction of his parked truck. Despite a growing sense of unease settling in his gut, Bear presses forward, determined to reach the cemetery.
Okay. Man, it is ooh, this might be it. I think we found it. Now, last time there was like 3 or 4 deer. Let's see if we can see any deer. What is that?
Upon arrival, he surveys the quiet, shadow-draped graveyard, recalling a deer he had seen during a previous visit. But just as he's scanning the headstones, something catches his attention.
What is that? Oh, it just moved. What is that? Oh, it just moved.
At first, everything seems normal. Then he spots a figure in the distance, standing motionless among the gravestones. As Bear stares, the figure slowly turns to face him. Overcome with fear, Bear makes a snap decision to run. Sprinting back to his truck, heart pounding, he's gripped by the terrifying feeling that he's being followed. The haunting possibility that the figure wasn't alone convinces him to abandon his camping trip altogether. Shaken and full of questions, Bear drives away from the forest, unable to forget what he saw. Who could have been at the cemetery on such a bitterly cold, deserted night? Was it tied to some kind of ritual? Or was it something even darker? The mystery remains, adding yet another chilling layer to the cemetery's haunted reputation. Exploring the unknown can be thrilling, but sometimes it can lead to terrifying encounters. That's exactly what happened to Angelo, a seasoned urban explorer known for venturing into abandoned places in search of adventure and the unexpected. But this time, he didn't enter a forgotten building. He stepped into something much darker, a haunted forest in Canada. On January 4th, 2024, Angelo and his friend Frank set out on a freezing winter evening, unaware of the unsettling events that would soon unfold.
Frank and I are currently back in cold Canada. Very cold. Tonight's not too bad. Yesterday was very cold. So we actually have been here before. It's been a little while. Well, you haven't.
I haven't been here.
You haven't been here, but I was here with Brad, and then I also came one day on my own. and you know, we had several weird experiences here. Out of all the places that I've probably done locally, this has been one of the strangest locations.
The video begins with Angelo and Frank logging in with their viewers, explaining where they were and why they chose this particular forest, a place they had visited before and felt drawn to revisit. With night already fallen, they kept their introduction brief and quickly made their way into the woods. The only sound accompanying them was the crunch of snow beneath their boots, amplifying the eerie silence that surrounded them.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
Someone clearly went through there. Hello?
Huh.
I don't see anything. It looks really, like, dense.
Yeah. It's like the perfect path, though, for some weird
What
reason.
a random path. Maybe it's fine. Well, somebody went through here.
Oh, yeah.
I just saw a light down there.
As they ventured deeper, they noticed fresh pathways, signs that others had recently passed through. Just as they decided to follow one, Angelo suddenly spotted something, a flashlight flickering in the distance. Startled, the pair froze, scanning their surroundings carefully.
Yeah, house. What house?
Well, on the outside, there's a house, like,
Oh, okay.
far end of the property. Okay, that I heard though.
The hell is that?
Hello?
Sorry again.
Yeah. We hear ya.
At first, they tried to rationalize it. Maybe the light was from a nearby house. But then, they heard a stick snap, far too close for comfort. They called out to show they weren't afraid, but were met only with silence.
Hello?
There's two lights. It's coming towards us.
It's not even moving.
That's moving.
Oh, that's moving.
That's moving.
Hello?
Looks like a car. I know it's not a car, but okay. Okay. Let's get going, bud.
Oh, again.
Where'd he go? Oh, he's there. The lights are gone.
The lights are gone.
What the hell happened with you and Brad?
Moments later, two flashlights suddenly cut through the darkness from the direction of the sound. Angelo and Frank, unsure of the stranger's intentions, chose to back away and run. While it was possible the individuals were simply night hikers, one chilling detail made the encounter far more disturbing. The flashlights abruptly turned off, plunging the forest into an even deeper darkness. Unnerved, Angelo and Frank moved quickly to the other side of the forest, trying to put distance between themselves and the potential threat.
Are they just stopping? This.
Hiding in the dense woods, they turned off their own lights, hoping to remain unseen. Yet the mysterious figures continued moving toward them, flashlights sweeping through the trees, as if searching for someone. At one point, a flashlight beam shone directly at the spot where Angelo and Frank were hiding. It wasn't clear whether they had been spotted, but the behavior of the strangers was undeniably strange. Who searches deep inside a forest at night like that? The explorers decided to remain hidden until the figures disappeared from view.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Where the hell that guy was? Or guys, I don't know if it looked like two lights.
Yeah, it did look like two people.
Right? I hope there's nobody else this way.
Then, they quietly resumed their escape. As they moved cautiously through the pitch-black forest, a sense of unease tightened around them. After about 15 minutes of walking, they paused briefly to process what had just happened. But they didn't have long.
I think I hear footsteps out there.
Footsteps? I hear a car. Where do you hear
It
footsteps?
sounds like coming from behind me. Oh.
What the?
Sakes. I thought I heard something behind me.
I thought I heard a car coming from that way.
What is that?
They heard footsteps again, this time growing louder, heading directly toward them. Panic set in. They sprinted down a narrow path, deeper into the forest, desperate to escape. That's when they stumbled upon something horrifying. A fresh trail of blood in the snow. Shocked, they quickly filmed the scene, wondering if it could be linked to the figures following them. The idea was terrifying, but there was no time to dwell on it. They had to keep moving. While hiding once again, they heard the strangers nearby.
See you guys next time.
What?
No.
Looks like they're leaving.
Yeah. I think he's gone. What the hell?
I don't know. Let's just wait a minute.
Yeah.
I don't see any other lights.
Then came something that made their blood run cold. One of the individuals called out, "See you guys next time," followed by an eerie laugh. Angelo and Frank were frozen with fear. Was the message meant for them? Were these people playing some twisted game? They didn't want to find out. Remaining perfectly still, lights off, they waited, praying the strangers would leave. After a tense 15 minutes, they finally decided it was safe to move. Turning their flashlights back on, they crept through the forest, trying to stay as quiet as possible. Fortunately, luck was on their side. They made it back to their car safely and drove away into the night. Frank is known for his daring adventures, exploring terrifying locations around the world, and sharing them on his YouTube channel, Franco TV. In this clip, Frank revisits an abandoned factory in South America for an overnight investigation, hoping to capture paranormal activity on camera. During his previous visit, he encountered several unexplainable events, and this time, he's prepared for an even more chilling experience. It's December 1st, 2024. Under the cover of darkness, Frank arrives at the factory, careful not to be seen entering, for his own safety.
I've made it back to the location, and I do have to say I'm a little bit nervous, because I'm hearing noises everywhere. It's not quiet like it usually is. You hear all those noises? All right. when I make my way on the inside. Now, the owner did tell me to be very, very careful. It just kind of keeps ringing through my head. You hear all those noises? This place is absolutely massive. What is that? I don't think this is a room. There's no candle. Oh, that's just a basket. Never mind. It was the third floor. I'm already trying to shake.
Inside, the eerie silence is soon broken by strange, untraceable noises echoing throughout the building. Determined to uncover the factory's secrets, he ventures deeper into the structure until he comes across something strange.
No idea what the hell these candles even mean. It looks like a rainbow candle. I don't even want to think about what that could mean. But what the hell is that? This is the thing I found. Oh, I just dropped it. Here, let me turn on my light. Look at this. Is that creepy or what? Yeah, I guess let me know in the comments. I'm not gonna touch this anymore, but these candles look fairly new.
As Frank explores the abandoned hallways, he stumbles upon an unsettling sight. 4 lit candles arranged around a strange head sculpture. The discovery unnerves him. Someone had clearly been there recently. The candles hadn't been burning long, hinting at the possibility that whoever lit them might still be nearby. Proceeding with caution, Frank keeps the disturbing find in mind as he continues exploring.
Alright, I don't want to point the lights out the windows, but I am assuming there's a 90% chance there's somebody here, or was here, because of these candles. Oh, look at this. I didn't even see this. There's somebody's jacket. Just looks abandoned. There's some more stuff in here. I don't think this was open the last time. There's no shoes. I'm hearing something. Oh, I'm ready to fucking run out of here. I'm gonna check over here. What the hell was that? I just saw something. I was not even looking at it directly. I just saw something move. Right there from the corner of the door.
As Frank continues walking through the factory, he notices something moving on the other side of the passageway.
What the hell was that?
Soon after, he notices something moving across the passageway. Summoning his courage, he decides to investigate the area.
What the hell did I see? It was right over here. It was something white or brownish, I don't even know. It's just like I saw it for a split second and then it was gone in the corner of my eye. Oh God, I don't even know what that was. I gotta check that up on the...
But when he checks the room, it's completely empty, with no visible exit. Reviewing his footage, Frank confirms what he saw wasn't his imagination. It was real. Though he hopes it may have just been a harmless animal, the mystery of the lit candles remains.
I gotta make my way across this room to the other side. I'm still trying to pay attention to any sounds because I'm expecting somebody to either be living here or something. But let me make my way to the next room. Oh, this is like a conveyor. Oh, this is sketchy. I'm not hearing anything. No movement. No walking. This place echoes a lot, so I would be able to hear something. But nothing so far. I'm gonna turn this off just so it doesn't start a fire here. Help out the owner.
After a while of walking through the factory without hearing anything else, Frank steps outside for a breath of fresh air, but the night's terror is far from over.
I literally just seen something right over here. Hold on. I saw something white right over here in the center of the window. Oh, I gotta be careful. There's black widows here. Oh, that was creepy.
While outside, he spots something white in one of the windows. Later, while reviewing the footage at home and adjusting the brightness, he discovers something deeply unsettling, a nun-like figure staring directly at him. Unaware of what he had captured, Frank re-enters the building to investigate the room behind the window.
And it's cold in here. Oh, that gave me goosebumps. I don't know what the hell I just seen. I just took a peek in through the window and I saw something standing right here in front of the window. But it was kind of far back. Yeah, whatever it was big. It just looked like something white standing there, unless, I don't know. To me it looked like it was something by the window. The thing is, there's only one way in and one way out of this place. Yeah, nobody's getting out of that one.
Inside, he finds nothing resembling the figure. The chilling experience only heightens his sense of unease, and doubts begin to creep in about whether it's safe to stay. As he continues exploring, Frank notices a flickering light inside the factory, resembling a flashlight.
Okay, so update. I just changed the battery on my GoPro, and I just seen a light off of that window. Something just kind of reflected. That was definitely like a flashlight. I'm gonna turn off my IR to see what I can see in pitch black. There we go. So if there's any flashlights it's gonna reflect. Like, I'll see it for sure. I was just up there. And that means somebody was up there with me. But I didn't really check all the rooms. Oh shit. There's somebody right there. Right on the second floor. They're just staring at me, I think. What the fuck? There's somebody right on the second floor there. I can see the eyes blinking. Oh my god, that is some creepy shit. There's somebody on the third floor right now. That's probably the person that put candles there with that little artifact. I'm gonna walk the other way like I'm not even there. I'm gonna look normal. Oh my god, I just saw another light, I think. Downstairs. Oh shit.
Switching to another camera, he finds nothing. But then, through a different window, he spots a figure, someone staring at him, eyes gleaming in the darkness. Frightened, Frank quickly moves around the corner to avoid a confrontation, hoping the person would think he hadn't noticed them. When he cautiously peeks back, the figure is gone.
Person's still there. No. They moved. Oh my god, that was chilling. There was someone right there just staring at me. They looked like they were pissed off because they turned off their light. Holy shit. Okay, so I just spoke with the owner on the phone. He's not here, but he told me to just stay away. He's like, he's been having an issue with squatters and people trying to trespass and breaking into the place. Because there's ways to get in here from the back. It's not even that hard. Anybody walking up the road. But he says, don't even mess with it. Be safe. Just get out of there. And he's going to come in with the police tomorrow and probably escort him out. But he's been finding all sorts of stuff here. To clothing, some book bags and stuff that weren't here to begin with. Today I found candles and I don't even know what the hell that was. It was like a weird face there.
This disturbing moment becomes the breaking point for Frank. Realizing the risk, he contacts the property owner, who advises him to leave immediately for his safety. Disappointed but understanding the danger, Frank abandons his plan to stay overnight and leaves the site. Who knows what could have happened if he hadn't seen the figure through the window? It's probably for the best that we'll never find out, as this adventure could have taken a far darker turn. This chilling encounter left Frank with more questions than answers. This is Jasco, a creator known from his YouTube channel, Jasco, where he shares thrilling and spooky adventures, from wild camping in eerie forests to exploring haunted locations. In this video, Jasco and his friend Chris embark on a chilling camping trip into a forest in America that holds a dark and sinister reputation. Locals ominously refer to it as the Devil's Forest, with legends claiming that the devil himself roams its shadowy woods. It's a cold, snowy evening on November 20th, 2024, by the time Jasco and Chris arrive. Night has already fallen. After setting up camp, they begin their investigation.
We've actually been here before a couple of years ago, and we've experienced things such as like screams from deep within the forest. People actually showed up, gave us a really hard time because they might have showed up again. It said find the picture, so I'm wondering if there's anything else out here for us to discover. Bro, I'm gonna fucking throw up, I swear to God.
It smells so strong in here.
Very high pitched. My question is, why are all these like footsteps so yellowed? Like, bro, piss on every footstep. Like yellow snow.
Walking in prison?
Walking in
Probably
prison.
that's the sign, yeah.
Venturing deeper into the forest with a spirit talker to communicate with the paranormal, distant screams echo through the trees. Although disturbing, the screams seem far away, so they brush it off and return to their camp to eat, keeping the spirit talker nearby, just in case.
2 beautiful ribeye steaks, picked out by yours truly.
Was it?
I'm watching you.
I'm watching. Brother, that was a scream.
Holy
that was a
shit.
scream.
Bro, what the fuck was that?
What the? Holy shit, Chris.
Or your phone.
That's fine, that's fine.
Holy crap.
While sitting by the fire, the spirit talker suddenly utters, "I'm watching you." Before they can even react, a blood-curdling scream pierces the night from deep within the forest. Startled but driven by curiosity, Jasco and Chris decide to investigate.
Bro, that was a loud, loud scream.
Yeah, dude. That was crazy.
Hello?
Whoa. It's like a car, but there's no cars.
No, there's no road on that
No
side.
roads that there should be a car. That was strange. I'm telling you, dude, if you like stalking long enough, you probably end up catching some crazy shit on camp.
Following the sound, they end up near a quiet pond but find nothing unusual. Slightly relieved but still uneasy, they head back to their campfire. But the night's horror is just beginning.
I think we should start cooking the steaks.
Okay.
We'll start cooking the steaks and then probably get back out there. I want to keep trekking further. We're literally cooking food right now, telling scary stories from Reddit. And that's the same one where we heard the scream earlier,
Yeah.
the gunshots.
And I was just driving back through. Yeah. They should not be out here. Nobody should be out here tonight. At all.
We have a massive snowstorm coming tonight and they're out here. I don't understand.
I don't know if we should stay here tonight, dude. This might not be a good idea. Truthfully. We should really think about this.
Let me eat first, and then I'll think about it. That is something to really keep in mind, though. Because if we heard the scream, that was a blood-curdling scream earlier.
It was terrifying.
As they cook dinner, they spot a black truck driving by, the same one they saw earlier upon arriving. Suspicious thoughts creep in. Could the truck be connected to the screams? Feeling tense yet somewhat reassured when the truck leaves, they prepare to sleep, trying to ignore the dropping temperature. But just as they're settling in, the black truck reappears.
Cold?
Cold.
Oh, sorry, did you say that already?
Yeah, it's freezing.
cold.
Sleeping bags are nice because they're made for like really cold temperatures. So obviously when you're in here after a while, it does get a lot better, but I don't know, it's freezing tonight. And you could hear the snow, it's coming down again, so.
Car. Oh, that's the truck again?
Shit!
Open your phone, film it.
Trying.
Teresa.
Oh, they're yelling. What are they yelling about?
Oh, bro. Oh, shit. It's the same truck. It's the same truck. Chris is the same.
Why do they keep going by us, bro? Seriously. I don't understand. They shut up.
No, I think they're still going. Wait. No, they're still going.
This time, driving back into the forest. Now they truly question if it's safe to stay the night. After a long, tense silence filled with anticipation, they finally doze off, leaving the camera rolling, just in case.
What is that? Guys, I think there's someone at our campsite right now.
Suddenly, snapping branches jolt Jasco awake. Alarmed, he wakes Chris and steps outside to investigate.
Bro, what was that? Bro. Someone just hit the tent. What? Someone just hit the tent. What are you talking about? It's like someone just like punched the tent. Like right here.
Hold on. Bro, I'm gonna be honest, apart from these like other footsteps here that I don't know if there's other footsteps in here. I don't think there's no other sign that anyone else was here.
What is that noise then?
I don't know.
As Jasco calls out into the darkness, something slams into their tent, startling Chris. They quickly search the area, but find no trace of anyone, or anything. With rising unease, Chris decides to sleep in the car for the rest of the night, but Jasco remains in the tent a while longer. The forest grows unnervingly quiet. Then, something truly disturbing jolts them awake again.
Gunshot. Chris!
Holy shit, what the Jazz! Bro, it's a gunshot. Bro, get in the fucking truck.
Yo, Chris! Gunshot!
Bro, get in the fucking truck.
That was close. I'm coming.
Bro, let's just go as fast as you
I'm
can.
trying.
Dude, there's like footprints all over the place. You can see them.
I know, bro. And this is where that damn
recent, though.
truck fucking went to.
That moment becomes the breaking point. Fearing for their safety, Jasco and Chris abandon their campsite, leaving behind their tent and gear as they flee the forest in the dead of night. They vow to return in the morning to retrieve their belongings, hoping daylight will offer some comfort. When they return the next day, everything is untouched, but the chilling events of the previous night leave them with unanswered questions, and the unsettling feeling that something may still be lurking in the shadows. Brendan, a popular YouTuber from the channel Brandon Explores, is known for journeying through the breathtaking landscapes of the UK in his loyal camper van. In this particular clip, he takes us to what by daylight looks like a peaceful and picturesque corner of Wales, Lake Viru. It's June 22nd, 2022, and as the sun dips below the horizon, everything seems perfect. The evening air is calm, the gentle ripples of the lake echo in the distance, the makings of a quiet, relaxing night, or so he thought.
Okay, all stealthed up. One absolutely epic evening. If it wasn't for those goddamn flies, which there's a couple still in here now, it would have been perfect. Anyway, I don't think there's anything left to do now, apart from getting dressed, get into bed, and wake up to that beautiful view. If you don't hear from me, then I've had a good night's sleep. I'll see you guys.
As night falls and the darkness thickens, an unsettling turn of events breaks the silence. Brendan is suddenly jolted awake. Loud, deliberate knocks slam against the side of his camper.
I can see headlights.
The tranquility of the night is instantly shattered. Then, headlights. Another vehicle, its beam piercing through the dark. Heart pounding, Brendan stays perfectly still, hoping that whoever is out there doesn't realize he's inside.
Who the was that? They just drove off. Didn't shout anything. Didn't ask if anyone's in here. Gave a couple knocks, shone the light in, and drove off. Shit. I thought someone would come back then, Jesus. What do I do? The fact that they left makes me think that they're probably just going to leave me be now. I'm going to see how it goes for the next half hour or so. What time is it? Fucking o'clock in the morning. Man. That is one absolutely terrifying feeling.
After what feels like an eternity, the mysterious vehicle finally drives off, disappearing into the night. Brendan remains frozen, wide awake, his sense of safety gone. He survives the night, but as he packs up and drives away the next morning, one chilling question still lingers. Who or what was out there? Max, a seasoned outdoorsman and well-known YouTuber behind the channel Max Hunts, has spent the last 2 years captivating his loyal audience with breathtaking footage of wildlife encounters and remote camping trips. But on one particularly cold February night in 2024, his camera recorded something no one could have anticipated, something that still defies explanation to this day. It was the night of February 4th, 2024. A brisk evening, deep within the open wilderness of Arizona. For Max and his close friends, the biting cold wasn't a problem, just another element of their rugged outdoor lifestyle. They pitched their tents as the sun dipped below the horizon, lit a roaring fire, and settled in for a quiet night under the stars. Warmth, laughter, and casual conversation filled the air, until something strange disrupted the peace.
That was amazing. What a day. Dude, oh my gosh, what is that? Oh no, I'm actually dead serious. Look at that. What is that? Dude.
What in the world?
What is that?
UFO.
Wait, should I get the... Can you see it on the light?
How do I video
Wait,
that?
what the heck?
Dude.
They're dropping chemtrails.
Dude, you could see it! You could see on the camera.
Are you filming?
What is that? Guys, come look at this. What in the world? Look at it. It shows super well.
Keep filming, Cal.
What is that?
Dude.
What is that?
No. You see that?
Is it coming towards us? That's creepy. We're here on the Mexican border, hunting deer, and we have spotted a UFO.
At first, it seemed insignificant, maybe just a flicker or an optical illusion. But within seconds it became obvious. Something strange was floating silently in the sky above them. It glowed faintly against the backdrop of stars, hovering without a sound. The group stood frozen, eyes locked on the mysterious object. It wasn't a plane. It didn't look like a drone or a satellite. It was unlike anything they'd seen before. Something almost otherworldly. Was it a UFO?
What is that, do you think? Is it just a spaceship? Like... Oh my goodness, that's so crazy. It literally started way over there, and now it's traveled all the way over here.
Look at that. Dude.
It's crashing.
And look, it just disappeared.
Oh!
No way!
You literally disappeared!
Dude!
What? Dude, I'm
That's crazy.
freaking out.
That's crazy.
I'm freaking out.
That's...
Could they be witnessing something extraterrestrial? Then, just as quickly as it had appeared, the object vanished, completely. One moment it was there, dominating the sky, and the next it was gone, swallowed by the night without a single trace. The silence that followed was thick with disbelief. They were left stunned, torn between excitement and fear, unsure of what they had just experienced. Thankfully, Max, always ready with his camera, had caught the entire incident on video. But even with footage in hand, the questions only deepened. What exactly did they witness that night in Arizona? The skies have always held secrets, and this may be one of them. So, what do you think Max captured? Was it something not of this world, or is there a more grounded explanation? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. This clip comes from John, an avid biker who documents his solo off-track adventures on his YouTube channel, Gelb Builder. In this video, John takes us along on a stealth camping trip deep in the forest, hoping for a calm and peaceful evening. It's May 28th, 2023. Eager for a new experience, John heads to his chosen campsite under the cover of darkness, careful to keep the location of his hidden spots a secret.
All right, heading off right now to a secret stealth location. This is a little bit different. This will be done in the middle of the night. Crazy stuff. It's a top secret location. All right, and here we are. This is it. It's going to be pitch black here. Anyways, let's get set up, shall we?
He begins setting up camp, unaware that the night ahead holds more than just quiet solitude. With his tent pitched and a fire crackling, John relaxes with a cup of tea, enjoying the soothing stillness of the forest. For the next hour, he unwinds by the fire, taking in the peaceful atmosphere.
The only thing I can hear are the crickets, the spiders crawling around. I can hear the planes flying across the sky. Apart from that, it's just the sounds of the forest here. It's really, really nice. Flame's almost out. That means it's almost bedtime. Still some heat coming out from this, eh? This is fantastic.
As the flames start to die down, John decides to call it a night. He crawls into his tent, hoping for a restful sleep.
Anywho, that's it. Let's hit the hay and have a good night's rest. Catch you in the morning.
But just as he begins to drift off, a sudden sound jolts him awake.
Honestly, once again, in the middle of the night, some guy comes along and confronts me here at my stealth camping location. I could hear a rock splashing in the pool nearby. I thought it was maybe just a stick falling. And then I heard another splosh, something else. I thought another branch or something fell. Didn't think too much more of it. And then a light flashed across my tent. And I'm inside the tent, and then I hear footsteps walking by, and this person's not making any sound, and is approaching my tent and going up to my bike, literally right.
A loud splash cuts through the silence, like something being thrown into the nearby pond. Moments later, he hears the unmistakable crunch of footsteps approaching his bike. Alert and on edge, John calls out into the darkness, hoping someone will answer. But he's met with nothing but silence. Gathering his courage, he unzips his tent, determined to confront whoever, or whatever, is out there. The intruder, realizing they've been spotted, bolts into the dark forest without a trace. It seems they were likely after John's bike, but weren't looking for a confrontation. Still, the experience leaves John rattled and uneasy. Meet CJ Faison, a thrill seeker known for his chilling explorations. Tonight, he's joined by his friends Dylan and Chris. What started as a peaceful camping trip would soon spiral into a night they'd never forget. They arrived at the forest during daylight, set up camp, gathered wood, and built a fire. Everything felt calm, but this tranquil adventure was about to take a terrifying turn. It's February 4th, 2024. CJ leads us deep into the pine barrens of New Jersey, one of the most haunted forests in America. This eerie stretch of wilderness is infamous for ghost stories and unexplained phenomena, especially after dark. It's the kind of place most people avoid at night, but that's exactly where they're headed.
We had some people that told us, oh, CJ, the Pine Barrens, it like kind of reminds me of the Pocomoke Forest. You got to come up here. This is not like the Pocomoke at all. This has its own level of creepiness that we're literally in the middle of nowhere.
Paper mache Jersey Devil, so I think it's...
Oh gosh, okay. Phew, fuck, it was somebody. All right, bro. I know I saw some. Holy shit.
Huge forest. He said millions of acres, huh?
1.1 million.
No, we're not really explored 3.
No.
Maybe 5.
No.
So at least we have bathrooms, which is good. We need to go. Spooky dookies are literally gonna have you happen tonight. Spooky dookies. Watch what you're doing there.
Uneasy, they return to their campsite and try to shake off the tension by telling ghost stories around the fire. But then, a car starts passing by their sight, slowly, repeatedly.
Around all sketchy like that?
Yeah.
What are they looking for?
I don't know, but they're looking for something.
Is that what you saw earlier?
I don't think that was the brake lights I saw earlier. I really don't.
Could it be connected to the silent man in the woods? Driven by suspicion, they hop in their car to follow it.
The reason I want to go to the bridge is just clear it, make sure they either left, or if they haven't left, just scope it out. You know what I mean?
Fine, yeah.
Let's just watch this car go away, though. You can pull up, though.
Kind of just moseying along.
There's sunglasses?
Yeah, let's see them right there.
Bro, what the f? That's a fucking setup. That is a fucking setup right there.
Go?
I don't know. Just go straight. Go straight. Go straight. Go straight. That's a setup. That is a setup.
There's somebody in the woods right now?
Gotta be.
There's a light back there.
There's a light?
Yeah. Hang on. What the fuck? You want to keep going?
Yeah, just keep going for right now.
That's when a chilling scream echoes from deep in the forest. Was this all a setup? Or was something far more sinister at play? They lose track of the strange vehicle and decide to return to camp and get some rest. But rest is the last thing they'll find tonight. Later, CJ lies in his tent, spirit talker in hand, trying to make contact with whatever might be haunting the woods. But the device remains silent.
Right now that I need to be aware of. Literally nothing. Okay. I guess, spirits don't want to participate tonight.
Defeated, he decides to sleep. Suddenly, a loud bang.
Oh! Guys, are you up? Dylan? Chris? Oh. Guys, are you up? Dylan? Chris?
Something slams into his tent. Heart pounding, CJ checks on Dylan and Chris, but they're fast asleep. Uneasy, he lays back down, trying to convince himself it was nothing. Then, another bang.
You guys hear that? Chris? Dylan? Guys.
Louder, closer, someone or something is out there. Determined to get answers, CJ wakes Dylan and Chris. Together, they step into the dark, flashlights cutting through the trees.
Here, all I've done, I've heard footsteps. I've literally, I don't know if a stick fell on my tent or something along those lines. What? It's 2:30 in the morning. I need you guys to get up. I don't care if you're freezing or not. There's shit happening around here, and I don't want to stay here anymore. I'm not going to sleep. I'm wide awake right now. I'm like petrified. Like, I'm not trying to be a dick right now, but there's like stuff happening all around us. There's a light right back there. Leave your light off for a second. Leave your light off.
I see it. Look on the viewfinder there.
Can you see it?
See straight ahead through the trees.
Just wait.
Oh my god, dude!
Voice, bro. That's a fucking voice.
It's 2:30 in the morning. Why would someone be out here? Dude, that light.
It's gotta be a fucking person, dude. There's a light, and now there's like a scream in the distance.
That light is
Come on.
just standing way out there.
I'm gonna ask this to you guys. Do you feel comfortable grabbing that camera there?
It's gone.
It's gone?
Look.
Fuck. If it is a person, is if we're in infrared mode. We have to have that camera and this camera. And we just gotta balls up, walk over that way, get the person on camera, then we call the cops. We leave, we call the cops and say, there's someone harassing us in the woods. That's what we do. We call the cops and say, there's someone harassing us in the woods. At this point, we're in the dicked up state of New Jersey. You can't have a fucking gun. Like, what are we supposed to do? Like, if this guy is like screwing with us, I'm telling you right now, I know for a fact I heard footsteps. I don't know where, but I kept hearing footsteps. And then something hit my tent. I thought it might have been a branch. There's no branches over top of my tent whatsoever.
That's when they see it, someone standing in the distance. But just as quickly, the flashlight dies, and the figure vanishes. Undeterred, they grab their infrared camera and head deeper into the woods, hoping to catch whoever, or whatever, is out there. But what they find instead sends chills down their spines.
Oh my god, what the fuck is that? There's something moving. I swear on my fucking life, there's something moving over here. Hello? What the fuck?
Dude, this is stupid, bro. This does not feel safe. We are way too far away from help.
Bro, there's something over here moving.
Like, fuck this. Bro, let's just go back. Come on.
No fucking way.
What? What?
What is it?
The fucking thing says welcome back. I
What
swear
is
on my
it?
fucking life, it says
What
welcome
is
back.
it?
It's a fucking balloon. It's tied to a post that says welcome
There's
back.
no fucking way.
I swear on my fucking life, Chris, it
How?
says welcome back.
Where'd it come from?
I don't fucking know.
There was nothing there earlier. I've already driven through here.
I swear on my fucking life, I can show you the footage. It's like it's a fucking balloon. It's like tied to this thing. It's like moving. There's no air moving. There's like nothing moving.
There's nothing moving
The
at all.
fucking balloon is like this, and it says welcome back on the balloon. I swear.
All right, what did that guy say earlier?
Oh fuck, there's a thing.
A balloon floating silently. It reads, "Welcome back." CJ's blood runs cold. That balloon wasn't there before. Panic takes over as he races back to Dylan and Chris. Fear sets in. Someone was watching them. Someone wanted them here. There was no question. It was time to leave.
So we're so far
they
away.
told us to go.
We're like 3.5, 4 hours from like where we live.
Yeah.
So who wouldn't even know we were coming out here? We didn't
No.
tell anybody.
Wait, something just moved by the tent.
I saw that. Just go over there. I don't want to be out here anymore. I'm ready to just leave. I want to sleep in my car somewhere on the side of the road. I'm good. I'm out of here. We can go get the tents in the morning, honestly.
Without hesitation, they packed up their gear and fled the forest, leaving behind the campsite, the balloon, and whoever had been stalking them all night. This is Yasco, a YouTuber known for his bold adventures, taking us on yet another eerie journey. It's December 20th, 2023. Yasco is camping deep in the frozen wilderness of the Adirondack Park in northeastern New York, joined by his friends Ben and Chris. They've found shelter in an old, abandoned cabin, miles from the nearest sign of civilization. As night falls, the forest around them transforms into a pitch-black sea of towering trees. Supposedly, they're all alone, Or so they believe. As the night wears on, something doesn't sit right. The deeper the darkness gets, the more unsettling everything becomes. It's not just the freezing cold keeping them awake. Strange noises echo outside, distant rustling, whispers that seem to ride the wind, and an unmistakable sense that they're being watched.
Chris, Ben, wake up. Listen, there's footsteps coming. You hear that, right?
Oh, what the fuck? Who's there? Ah! Oh shit! Yo, who's there?
What the fuck was it? What the fuck was that?
Slow it off, slow it off.
No, don't turn the lights off, don't turn the lights off.
Okay, my bad. Hold on. Yo, who's there?
Then suddenly the cabin door slams shut. Yasco calls out into the dark, asking if someone's there. No reply. Just the eerie silence of the woods pressing in around them.
Yo, listen.
Is that running?
It sounds like someone's running away. Who's there?
Their hearts racing. The trio steps outside into the icy night, breath misting in the air. They look around, but there's nothing. No movement, no tracks. Just the dark, endless forest staring silently back. Was it something paranormal? Or was someone lurking out there trying to scare them? They may never know. But one thing is clear. They were not alone. Some mysteries, it seems, are better left unsolved. What do you think was the most disturbing encounter on this list? Have you ever experienced something unexplainable while camping? Let us know in the comments below.